Hello, beautiful people. Wayne Hackman here, aka Waxstar. Now, I've just had a phone call from one of my fellow colleagues of where I live and work and breathe, and I've been told that there is an all-electric Land Rover here on site. I have no idea why it's here, and I don't even know if they'll let me film it and ask about it, but let's go and find out ourselves. This is Marion, Alina and Ella. And I have no idea about this, but I've just walked into the car park where I work, and you have an electric Land Rover. And it's not a do-a-car-ly job, it's a proper thing. Do you want to tell everyone what you're up to?
Yeah, so we converted this car in the Netherlands and we are driving around East Africa. We started in Mombasa, then we did a whole trip in Kenya. We already did more than 4,400 kilometers, I think.
Wow.
And then we are about to enter Uganda, then we go to Rwanda and then Tanzania and back to Mombasa.
Fantastic.
And along the way, we conduct workshops about climate change, the causes and effects and also solutions. So to create more factual awareness about climate change and what's actually happening around the world.
That's amazing. So you got this converted in the Netherlands.
Yes.
The big thing we know about electric vehicles is how do you charge them?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. And how are you charging? Because electrical infrastructure in Kenya is unreliable at best.
Yeah.
So how do you do it?
So we have several ways we can charge this car. So we have a charging point, just a normal Type 2 charger.
Yeah.
So, and we have a converting adapter cable on it. So we can charge from a normal socket at different amperes, so different speeds. We can also use a high current charger. Then we can charge just at a charging point. There are already some in Kenya.
Yeah. There's two I know of.
No, there's about 10, 12.
Oh, really? That's fantastic. So I know of one in Nairobi, and I know of one halfway between here and Nairobi. And they're the only two I know about. Oh, so that's exciting.
No,
so
there's
there are more.
Mombasa, then there's about, 6 or something in Nairobi, or even more. Then Naivasha, 2 in Naivasha, 1 in Nakuru, 1 in Nanyuki, and in Kisumu.
Oh, wow. So more and more. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so this...
And then we can also fast charge.
Yeah.
When there are 2 or 3 fast chargers now in Kenya. They're all in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So then we can go up to 60 kilowatts an hour.
That's amazing.
And what we did with this car, we can also charge by solar. So we have solar on the roof.
We'll have a look around in a minute. Yeah.
And we have 3 layers that we normally store inside, but now they're at the campsite here.
I see. So you can expand out. Oh, that's amazing.
So we have been charging this morning already. And
so it is practically possible in Africa for an all-electric solution. Have you had any difficulties on your journey charging?
No, but you do have to plan ahead, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you, what is the range of this?
So the car has an 82 kilowatt battery, and of course this car is very heavy, big, not ergonomic, etc. etc. So it uses a lot of energy. So we can do about 250 kilometers.
Wow!
When it's fully charged.
That's fantastic. That's really, really good. Could you show me around?
Yes, sure.
Is that all right?
Yeah. So this is the main battery system.
Yeah.
There's 55 kilowatt hours in here, and also the battery management system is in here.
Yeah.
And in the back of the car, and just in front of the back wheels, but you can't see it, there's another 2 smaller units.
Okay.
That's also to divide the weight a little bit.
That's fantastic.
So this is 55.
Yeah.
And then we have liquid to cool the battery system.
Yeah. Which is kind of you use the kind of the standard radiator. Yeah.
And then they put additional radiators in.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So here, this little screen is where we can see what the stage of the battery.
Yeah.
So we actually drove up quite a lot here yesterday. So the battery is now 18.7% charged, but this morning it was 11. So we already charged something on the sun this morning.
And that's the sunlight. So the sunlight has put 7% in. That's amazing.
This was the voltage. That's the voltage, and this is the ampere it's currently taking. Just because the system is on.
Fantastic.
Slowly. And then we can see also. Oh, if it works. We can see the temperature of the batteries, etc. Because that's the most crucial thing, right? That they don't get too hot. This is for the solar part. So we have the inverters here, as you can see. So here you see now that This is currently charging just with that layer,
So you've got
650 watts.
wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
And it's going into the battery.
Yeah.
That's 62% currently. This is either, this is currently, we're charging something here.
Yeah,
because
so
we
the
have
2
sockets.
watts, so you've got a phone or
exactly.
something. Yeah.
And if I switch on, so that is now drawing from the additional back battery. So from the solar, we go to an additional, it's a former Tesla battery, somewhere down there.
Yeah.
And then we now charging from that battery to the car.
Oh, I see. So it's like a reserve tank. So you just flip the reserve tank on when you need it to top up.
But we can also do it constantly. So if we have all the solar panels connected.
Yeah.
Like this morning we were already charging at 1.4 kilowatt an hour.
Yeah.
And then, we're almost simultaneously putting it from the battery into the car.
Outstanding. And it's you've actually kitted this all out. So this is it is a camper, is it?
Yes, but we have everything to cook.
Yeah.
Everything. We have drinking water because we have a water filtration system with the pumps, everything electric underneath the car. So in the back we can draw drinking water.
Yeah, should we go have a look?
So with this pipe we pull in the water.
I see. Yeah, so you've got a pump there, have you?
Yeah, and this one is, watch it, it's going to... Yeah, that's drinking water. And from the tank directly, we can also get this water. So the water is first filtered when we pull it in.
Okay, so
Then in the tank, in principle, it's clean, but then we filter it again just to be sure before drinking.
Outstanding. So you've got everything you need for a journey here.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing you set up a tent, do you, when you pitch, or rely on the generosity of?
So this is.
Oh, so actually, it's a roof tent. So
we can push this up.
Wow.
And then we sleep in here, me and my daughter.
Wow.
And then Eline, the third person, will sleep in the tent. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a bit messy now.
That's fine. You're living in it at the moment. So what have you done already? And
in theory, we have done just Mombasa and then Nairobi, Kisumu, but we also went around Kenya. But in practice, you see that you deviate and go back and forth a lot. So we have already done about 4,400 kilometers now just in Kenya.
Okay, wow.
Which is a bit more than we had planned because I thought the whole trip would be 10,000. I think the full trip will end up being about 20,000.
And is this you here, Daryl Education?
Yeah, this is, so normally we teach with Daryl Education in the Netherlands at secondary schools mostly. They are now my sponsor for this trip.
Ah, fantastic! Yeah, a great sponsor. Yeah. I mean, the Defender is renowned for off-road.
Yeah.
Now you've kind of turned it electrical. What's it like off-road?
It's actually exactly the same. So
is it?
Because we have, so the electric motor is connected to the transfer box.
Yeah.
And then everything behind, so the diff and everything is still the same.
Yeah.
We just have drive reverse. The only challenge is that it's more difficult to pick up your speed very slowly because the electric is very direct. So once you push the pedal, not the gas, it picks up quickly. So it's more difficult to, for example, if you get stuck or if you have to, then it's a bit more difficult. Well, the peak power of the electric engine is actually more or less the same as the original one.
Okay.
It's just that when we have to go up really steep, we have to go to low gear.
Right. And do you have things like regenerative braking in here and that sort of stuff? So you could, in theory, turn your regenerative braking up to the maximum to help control your descent?
Yeah, I cannot change it myself.
So it's you have to do it through software.
Yeah, but when we, for example, drive uphill, then of course we use a lot of electricity.
Yeah.
But when we go down, when it's a big steep, we completely let go, it rolls down, and then it regenerates quite quickly. So, but of course you always use more, if you uphill, you use more than you regenerate going down. But it's about 50%, so it's quite a lot which you can regenerate. This amount of net energy in this battery system is 82 kilowatts.
Yeah.
That's less than 8 liters of diesel.
Yeah.
So we can now do 250 kilometers.
Can I be rude and ask approximately how much was the conversion?
A lot of money.
Yeah.
So it's a pilot project.
Yeah.
So it's really a big investment because my savings went into it. So it was, this case with everything included was more than 100,000 euros. And that's with EV Europe, the company who did it, not even, they also saw it as a pilot project, so they didn't give me the full bill. It's also one of my sponsors, so they really, it's a lot of man hours, And but it was the first offer.
As you can see, Marion and her team in Nala, the e-Rover, have an incredible journey ahead of them. And if you want to find out where they're going next, why not head over to their website at climate-connection.org. I'll put all the links to their socials in the description of this video, and I wish them all the best in their journey. As always, thanks for watching. Apologies for the low quality editing in this, but this was too good not to get out quickly. See you in the next one.